Hey, it's Jo. So for today's video, we are going to eat JIN ramen, yung mild spicy lang. I added bacon. This is lobster ball. Lobster flavored. Parang squid ball, parang ganyan. And I also have here cabbage. Yeah. So let's start. I also have here seaweed from Bibigo. Tabi muna natin si lobster ball para makakuha tayo ng noodles. Oh my god. Hindi ko pa napapagawa yung camera ko, so medyo may topak pa din siya ng slide. Init. Pag nag-turn off siya, hindi pumapasok yung lens. Diba yung G7X Mark II? Pagka pinatay mo siya, yung lens niya is parang pagong. Papasok sa loob ng bahay niya. Pero yung sa akin, nag-lens error siya at hindi ko pa siya nadadala sa service center. First bite, let's use this. Ay. So I need to be extra careful. Dun sa lens ng camera ko kasi siya. Baka matalsikan siya ng juice na hindi naman maiiwasan. Diyos mo yung marimar. Dahil nga noodles ito. Ay. Ito yung ramen na ginamit ko. JIN ramen, yung mild lang. Gusto ko sanang itry yung spicy pero baka hindi ko makain, sayang. So, sa mild lang muna tayo. Yung kaya lang ng powers natin, beshies. Tikman natin yung lobster ball. Sarap. Lasang squid ball. Water lang tayo today kasi mainit yung noodles. Okay, so for today's video, we are going to talk about a married couple in South Korea who went missing and no one knows where they are. Excuse me. This couple is called, their names are, or surnames, are Mr. John, 33 years old, and Miss Choi. I wasn't able to get an information kung ilang taon na si Miss Choi. Miss Choi, siya nung, of course, nung maiden name niya. So, Mr. and Mrs. John. Let's call them Mr. and Mrs. John. Okay. Mr. and Mrs. John are living in Busan, South Korea, and Mrs. John was 7 weeks pregnant. On May 27, 2016, they were last seen coming home in their apartment. Yung condo dito sa atin, yung tawag nila doon sa South Korea is apartment. So they were last seen coming home in their apartment elevator surveillance camera. Mrs. John sent a text message to her coworker saying that she won't come to work in the next few days. So nag-text siya dun sa katrabaho niya na maybe, hey, hindi ako makakapasok for ilang araw, ganyan. The coworker thought that it's odd because the text message doesn't look like it came from Mrs. Choi. Kasi di ba tayo, everyone has their own way of texting. You just know if a text message came from someone, you know, for example, my mom will text me and, you know, I know how she constructs her sentences. And we always include inside jokes on our text messages. And me naman, I always shorten, lalo na yung words. I always shorten words, especially when it's Filipino words. Kasi diba, medyo mahaba. Or, parang jejemon, parang ganyan. Not really jejemon, but kung mamaya, it would be MA2YA. So, ganyan ako mag-text. Nagtaka yung coworker kasi parang yung text messages is not the usual Mrs. John, parang ganyan. So, siguro may ginamit na emoji, pero hindi naman gumagamit ng emoji si Mrs. John. So, yun. So, the coworker of Mrs. John called Mr. John. And Mr. John said that Mrs. John is in the hospital. So, because nga 7 weeks pregnant si Mrs. John. Several days later, no one was able to contact the couple and they were reported missing. Kain muna tayo. Saan yung? Mamaya tayo mag-continue. Let's eat first. Siguro naman medyo malimig na to. Hindi tuloy malutong yung seaweed. Okay, so let's continue. The police sensed that something is wrong. They went to their apartment to investigate, but they got nothing. The couple was seen on the CCTV of their apartment building coming to their home, but there was no CCTV footage of them leaving, which is very, very weird. Hindi naman sila si San Goku na Super Saiyan na nagte-teleport. There were 22 surveillance cameras on their apartment building, but none of the cameras caught the couple leaving their apartment building. The only way they could have lived without the camera seeing them is if they used the emergency stairs from the 15th floor. Yung apartment nila is on the 15th floor. Kung gagamit sila ng stairs, grabing cardio yun, no? And they pass the blind spots where the camera can't see them. But if you think of it, bakit nila gagawin yun? Bakit nila kailangang maglakad? Bumaba sa stairs? Pwede naman silang mag-elevator. Diba? Ang weird. Their pet dog was still in their house. Wala kaming pet currently, pero before, meron. And yung mga owners, yung mga pet owners, hindi nila basta-basta iiwanan yung pet nila sa bahay ng unassisted. Kumbaga, if ever man aalis, iiwanan sa relatives, sa friends, para may mag-alaga dun sa pet. Kasi, I believe ganun din naman sa South Korea na yung pet is part of the family. The question is, why didn't they brought their dog with them if they are going somewhere? And the weirdest thing, yung mas weird pa sa weird, is the couple's car was still in the parking lot of their apartment building. So, naglakad sila? Bakit? Diba? Meron naman silang sasakyan, bakit nila pipiliin maglakad? So, the police suspected homicide. According to the couple's acquaintances, a person named Miss Jack was close to Mr. John since high school. Maybe, I'm not really sure, but maybe they had a relationship because they kept in contact even though they were both already married to different people. Miss Jack was living in Norway with her second husband. And a friend of the couple told the police that Mr. John once told them that Miss threatened the couple that she will ruin their wedding. So Mr. John hired a bodyguard on their wedding day, but nothing happened. So hindi naman siguro magbabanta si Miss ng ganun kung she didn't had a relationship with Mr. John previously, maybe in their high school days. According to Mrs. John's friends, she had to change her phone number because Miss kept calling and threatening her. So, may motive si Miss. Hindi siguro siya makamove on kay Mr. John. The police found out that Miss was in South Korea for several days when the married couple disappeared, si Mr. and Mrs. John. Miss and her husband went back to Norway when the police started to investigate her. South Korean police sought the help of the Interpol, and Miss was arrested in November 2017. Miss got a lawyer, and the Norwegian court denied her repatriation. So, hindi siya pinabalik. Meron kasi mga, di ba, may mga treaty sa mga countries na once na na-aresto yung ibang nationality, pwede silang pabalikin dun sa country where they were arrested so that they will be tried in the court of the country kung saan nakagawa sila ng crime. Mr. John's mother even went to Norway to talk to Miss kasi nga close si Mr. John tsaka si Miss when they were in high school, so malamang kilala nung nanay ng mother ni Mr. John, si Miss, and ask her to tell her the truth. But when Mrs. John, Mr. John's mother, was maybe knocking on her door, Miss called the police. So Mr. John's mother just leave. Until now, Miss is still evading the police and didn't talk to the press or anyone asking her if she knows anything about the disappearance of Mr. and Mrs. John. Until now, 2019, almost 2020, the couple is still missing. And wala pa ring lead kung nasan sila. So, no one knows kung nasaan yung mag-asawa. At ang nakakalungkot pa dun, Mrs. John is 7 weeks pregnant. So, 3 silang nawawala, diba? I wasn't able to check for any new updates. Pero I believe wala pa ring lead. Wala pa ring lead kung nasaan yung mag-asawa. That's it for today, guys. I'm so full. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. I hope to see you on my next video. Let's eat more. God bless you all. Bye.